Hello everyone, and good day to you, or good evening, depending on when you're seeing this. This is Roger, of course, with Groovis Games Unlimited, and I am very happy to be back with you for this awesome video update that I wrapped in this retro TV theme. I like that. You know me, I love retro things, so I thought it was pretty cool. Hey, I hope you guys have been doing great, enjoying the end of spring, beginning of summer. I am feeling so fantastic, so awesome, and so elated, and I hope that you are too. Again, I have a very awesome update for you right here. I'm going to reveal something that you may not know about, and I just hope everyone's doing good. You know, you're staying safe and healthy and all that. So let's get this going. First of all, I have been incredibly busy, of course, with the game. Real quick, I'll give you the highlights. Move over to our regular screen here. Oh, thank the heavens. The revised rulebook. Hundreds and hundreds of hours and just so much time has been wrapped up. That has been sent off to the manufacturer. That was the thing we were working on. We are full steam ahead in production. This week is going to be very busy. We've moved into the phase where I'll be working very closely with our awesome production manager from the manufacturer and her team, and I'm just so happy that this is wrapping up for all of us. So I want to tell you that. We're going to go over the rulebook too. I got to give a big shout out to my very good and dear friend Ilpo, the brilliant Ilpo. You know, he had a lot of edit suggestions, put those in there, and it's 46 pages, and I thought there's 8 rule sets within it. I think you're going to be very happy with that. Before I forget, yes, this will be available in a PDF format a few weeks from now. You know, prime concern or focus right now is, of course, working with the manufacturer to get all this done. And you know what? Let's bring in this new poster. How do you like that? And me and Cole, well, Cole put this together. He did the game boxes for us. And so I had him put this together for new editions. We're going to go over all this. I said there's a lot to go over, so I hope that you enjoy this time here with me and Dungeon Crusade and everything going on. What was going to say? So the boxes, of course, I think I told you that in the last update. The game boxes have been with the manufacturer. They have those. They got the rule book. And I have to send them just a couple other things, but this coming week and thereafter, it's going to be updates for you guys, what's going on. I think you know me. I'm very verbose, but I want to give you all the updated information, pictures, videos, like I did before with Dungeon Crusade, so you will be completely in the loop of what's going on. And I had to make a little cheat sheet so I didn't forget anything. So we're at the promo poster. And oh, before I forget, there were some people that, like more people are finding out about this game. If you're someone new, look in the description and in the comment section. I left you a video that I made, I was like 4 or 5 or 6 months ago, but it goes over all of the pledges, or rather additions of the game and the add-ons. So if you're kind of new and like what's going on with this game, take a look at this video. It's I think a little over 10 minutes, but you'll have some good solid information to go off of, okay? Let's talk about this screen right here, this promo poster. And again, Cole, thank you for putting this graphic design together. You know, he'd made the boxes in the background where I added all this in. So let's just go over this real quick. And definitely for new people looking at this and for veteran Crusaders, I put this together because, I'm very proud of everyone who worked on this. We kicked a lot of butt. Any issue that players had, we corrected everything. And that, I've told you many times, I'm a very passionate creator, and your enjoyment with this game and your experience, it would bother me, it bothered me that there was some things wrong. I kicked butt, we kicked butt, we got this thing done. So let's go over this real quick. And starting right here at the top, the world's first open world dungeon crawl board game. But then this here is for people who want to know, okay, so what's going on with these new editions of the game? Well, as you know, we're going to take a look at here momentarily. There is a revised rule book, 46 pages, and there's 8 rule sets within that. Of course, Dungeon Crusade, the Avalon Adventure board game, the Tomb of Kaladar, it's only 1 page. And then of course the Solo Crusader mode is in there, and then the 4 House of Chance games. So 8 rule sets within the revised rulebook. I'm going to show you the index. Boy, did we put a lot into the index. Wait till you see how many entries. You're going to be able to look up anything and go right to that page for it. So probably the biggest thing is the revised rulebook, and just I put some small details here, slimmer and to the point on explaining rules. Ilpo, again, thank you, and everyone else who worked on that. So that's, first of all, what's different with this. And of course, this is available in the Crusader Upgrade Pack. So if you have the previous edition of the game, you can just get the Crusader Upgrade kit. It is in the Pledge Manager. There's a link for the Pledge Manager in the description and the comments section. Yes, there is late pledging available, and we're going to get to that in a moment. So let's keep going. Reduced game time. So, you know, whether you have the other version of Dungeon Crusade or getting these new ones, the game time has been reduced, and a lot of that was due to the overhaul in the minion combat, which I think a lot of people love that new combat system. That shortened the game tremendously, and then a few other things. Over here, as you know, there's the revised combat system. So now you can select from the classic combat system. So if you want a more challenging, in-depth combat experience, you can select that before a game, or you can select the new revised combat system, which, you know, there was demos of that in the solo Crusader playthrough I did. So now there's 2 different combat systems you can select from. And I mentioned this to Andrew in Australia and a few other people. In the next few weeks, when we wrap everything up, I'm going to be doing a video for you, very quick, to the point, on the combat in the game. You know, that's kind of like the meat and potatoes of these kind of games. So we're going to go over briefly, you know, minion combat, the classic combat system, and revised. That way you can just go in, nothing long, nothing verbose, show you how it's done. It's fairly easy once you see it, and if you've already seen it in those playthroughs that I did, then you already know it. But still, I want to make sure you guys are covered, and so we'll have that for you. And of course, really, when the new Solo Crusader mode, which a lot of people, thank you, I'm so grateful, the game really kind of took off with the Solo Crusader mode. So select 1 hero and hire a mercenary from the new mercenary camp. Well, you can hire up to 2, but I had to save some space here. So that's another you know, brand new mode or feature in the game. Lastly, the scalable difficulty reference card. As we showed you before, this was the smallest thing. It's a card, but it made the game, the experience, just better, balanced, more enjoyment. Like it says here, many game events are now easier for your level 1 and level 2 heroes. So, you know, those, like, what is it, the traps and the trap treasure chest, the challenges and the encounter deck, the events in the deck of the encounter cards, you can use your scalable difficulty reference card for those. So there's a few other things here, but those are the highlights. And like I've said, the game has truly been perfected and honed with all the work we put into it, and I'm honestly very pleased and content with where the game is at now. I would not change anything else, except of course the massive expansion I've been working on for next year. Excuse me. So as we go down here, just so you know, both editions include the Avalon Adventure board game, and then right here the Slayer edition includes all add-ons. So all the hero expansion pack, the double dungeon expansion pack with Castle Blackwood, the Cavern of Lost Souls, the normal difficulty monsters, normal difficulty, sorry, that's ships with the game, but expert and heroic is what I meant to say. That is included with that edition. And like any of those big expansions are included in the Slayer of the Realm edition. And this is a 6-inch box. And I know, Gunther, I know you're going to comment. The bigger box is coming. Now that we're in this phase, yes, you know, a lot of people would want a bigger box. So a 6-inch deep box, same, you know, dimensions, up, down, left, and right, that will be coming. I'm glad I said that. So you know about that. But going back to the Slayer of the Realm edition, this is all your huge, you know, big expansions. The only thing this does not include is the Skull Token Punch Board. That's in Pledge Manager for $5, and that's for the upcoming game mode, the random dungeon generator mode that I've been working on. That will be later this summer, and the plastic arrow bases. So, but now here's the thing, if you pledged on Kickstarter, you know, at that time, you got the plastic arrow bases. So for, you know, that was kind of like the perk of getting it on Kickstarter, that you got the plastic arrow bases. If not, I think they're like, what, $10 or not, and you get 30 of them. So, you know, we always try to keep the prices down, you know, for everyone. I'm a gamer, so they're only $10 if you want to add those. But if you just get the Slayer edition, you are good to go. You'll have all of the content. And again, you can, of course, Dungeon Crusade, I built it from the ground up for the soloist board gamer. I'm a diehard soloist board gamer, but you can also play it co-op. So those, in case you're new, yes, it was built from the ground up for the soloist board gamer and for the co-op crowd. And then the important thing here, late pledging is available, no hurry, but the next line here is the important one. The Pledge Manager will be closing by the end of June. I don't have a date for you right now, to be completely candid with you, but I will have a date as we get further on this week into production, and probably by next weekend. But you know, guys, they have everything, and I know everyone wants the game, and definitely I would like to, after 15 years plus from inception to now, I would like to take a small break over the summer, work on the smaller game I've been working on that's based at one location in Avalon, put, you know, more time into the huge expansion for next year. So this is all wrapping up. So by the end of June, this will be closing down. But like I've said so many times, I'm king of the fair warnings. This won't be closing in like 3 days or a week from now. There's plenty of time, so I never want to push anyone into pledging. Take your time, watch some videos, ask some questions. But when, you know, the manufacturer says, okay, it's time, we're going to have to put out that, you know, some fair warnings letting people know, okay, this is it, it's closing down. So there is that. And what else are we going to chat about? But again, there's a link for the Pledge Manager in the description of the video in the comment section. So take a look if you want to see everything in what's available in the Pledge Manager. Also, I want to say, I've said this every time, if you have already pre-ordered the game, please check your email, check your address. And we just actually was just chatting with someone about that they didn't even have their address in there, and there was no phone number. And so we of course got them taken care of. The awesome folks at Pledge Manager, you know, they handle all of that. But please check to make sure everything is accurate. They need your, of course, email for your tracking numbers when it ships, and you are going to, of course, have to have your address in there. So please do check on that. Okay, now I'll tell you what, let's take a look at the revised rulebook. I know we already looked at it, but I'd like to show you, you know, what we added to it. And I'll tell you what, I'll leave you with this cliffhanger when we come back. There is a new game mode that I've been chatting about, and I am so happy about this. The new for Dungeon Crusade, Quest Challenges, new game mode, 40 to 90 minute playtime. Of course, it's solo or co-op. We're going to talk about that after we take a look at the rulebook, but this is something I've been wanting to do for the last few years, and it's coming as a free download. Let's take a look at the rulebook first. Okay, and here we are with the rulebook. And like I said, you know, I worked with Ilpo on this, and just a brilliant guy, and he will pretty much join Groovis Games Unlimited for everything we do. He's just, I think we make a good team where, you know, I'm kind of verbose and that because I want to explain everything, make sure you're covered. And, you know, I learned a lot in the process with just, you know, making it quick and short. So we're just going to go over this real quick. I know you've looked at it. Nothing really around here has changed. Table of contents, I had to edit this because there's the new page 31 for you, some final and essential information. We'll of course look at that. But you can see 46 on the index ends at page 46. But I'm going to talk about something that I've wanted to do with this rule book when we get down to the bottom here. But it's something where you're going to be able to download to add into your rule book for like any kind of like new game modes or questions or clarification. So, you know, I'm going to be very passionate about being on top of this for you and make sure you have updated information as things comes up, like new game modes or, you know, new variants or, you know, things like that. We looked at this before, of course. This is the content of everything that comes in the game. Very handy. And again, this is a very great page here where it shows you how to set up Dungeon Crusade, a breakdown of the cards, so you can just basically look at this, you know, recommended, and set everything up. But I want to make mention to your Dungeon UI board and Village board right here that a lot of people use a side table. You know, if they don't have that big of a table, this game you can accommodate it any way you want. So you could take a small side table and put your Dungeon UI board and Village board on your side table and some of the decks of cards, and it's very manageable that way. So I wanted to point that out. So nothing really changed with that. That's our credits page we talked about before. And there was just like little things like, oh, right here I had to go back in when we were constructing this. And I gotta say again, guys, I mean, God, I'm just so glad this thing is done. This was like, honestly, hundreds of hours. I was up to like 4, 5, 6 a.m. and waking up at 9 or 10 to get up to work on this and get back to people. And I'm looking forward to resting a bit. But going back to this, I had to go in here and edit, like, you know, where to find things on page 33 here for the Solo Crusader mode. Scalable difficulty reference card info can be found in 26, so on and so forth. And nothing really changed with that. That's the first rule book is the Avalon Adventure board game. I do recommend playing this first. Like it says, it's optional. What, 5 pages, if that, or 3 pages? Well, 6 pages. You know, I'm on the back in front of it. So that'll teach you that, and then it goes into. We edited this, starting off with Dungeon Crusade. So this is just some, you know, like starting off with Dungeon Crusade, your victory conditions. I remember Ilpo, we threw this line in here. He suggested quest tables could be thought of as levels. Between each quest table, the heroes will head back to the village for Celebration Day to heal, possibly level up, gain new special abilities, and much more. Then, of course, how to defeat, what raises the terror level. So we did a little edit on that. I think there was a few edits on this page. And then, of course, how to play. And there was a few pages I had to go in and edit, you know, turn to this page to find this. I mean, I am incredibly happy how this revised rulebook came out. And I think a lot of people are already just looking at this are happy about it. Of course, adjacent here, what, you know, definition of adjacent. And I think all this stuff here, I had to do a few edits here, like this here. Rules for leveling up are explained on page 19 of the rulebook. Small things. And we're just going to keep scrolling here. And that was like really about it. We're going to get down to, that's the combat section. We're going to get back down to this new page here and take a look at page 31. Okay, and like I said, there's like, I'm not going to point out every little thing, but there were just, you know, just clarifications, a small edits there to make this, you know, the best rulebook it can be for you. We're getting down here. There's all the loot in the game. And, okay, so, yeah, we looked at this, mining, crafting, a whole page dedicated to mining and crafting, the power gems, how to create those. And this is what we added in, and Ilpo, said, hey, take this from, this part and add this in. So some final and essential information about the game, just quadrants and chambers, how the dungeon is, made up of 6x6 quadrants, monster spawn points and skull pile nodes. You know what those are. The patrol route system, the patrol route dice, the bloody arrows. This is what raiding minions use to escape the dungeon. We added in, of course, about the looting a slain monster at a distance, because as you know, that most of the heroes have some type of ranged special ability. So you're going to find that on some turns that, Enwyn Shadowleaf, she has long shot. So let's say that she ended her 2 actions, she uses long shot, and she kills a Blackwood Prowler 4 spaces away. Well, it's the end of her turn. She can't use essence. She's out of essence. You can use essence, burn essence to gain movement. So on the next turn, a slain monster will stay in the dungeon for 1 full turn. But if no one loots that monster, it's removed from the board. So I just wanted to make sure we covered that for you. Mystery chambers, everything that's inside of a mystery chamber. That might be a spoiler. And then we went over just kill the Guardians quest. I think it's pretty, you can understand what it is, but we wanted to add some few lines into it so you know exactly what it is. The types of monsters and creatures in Dungeon Crusade minions, how they have, if you can look here, there's a blue and red green crystal. You use those colored bases on their miniature. Ilpo, thank you for all of this. You're just awesome and you're brilliant. I even talked a little bit about the Silver and Gold Star, how there's normal versions that have origin stories for the monsters, and then Gold Stars denote that you've ran into an elite minion. Champions, how the monster tokens are in direct correlation with the champion monsters in the game. Again, talk about the Silver and Gold Star for normal and elite. I'm trying to be quick because I don't want to bore you guys. And then the Guardians in the game. And then I threw this in here to let people know, which we're going to be discussing as we close out, that it was weird because I had to put my name, but Roger, the creator, has been working on 2 new game modes. The first one is a random dungeon generator. The second one, which we're going to be looking at, is being called Quest Challenges. This mode will offer a game time around 40 to 90 minutes, and where a player will only be using one specific quest table. And then just stay tuned to the channel to learn more about it. We'll talk more about that here in a moment as we wrap that up. So I just want to let people know there are 2 new game modes coming for the game that I'm excited to work on. Now that this is all wrapping up, there's our other rule set for the Tomb of Kaladar, 1 page. You already know nothing changed with this Solo Crusader. It's only 2 pages there. And you can play the Avalon Adventure board game before playing the Solo Crusader mode. House of Chance games, nothing changed with that, but I want you to see this index. I love you guys, and this is going to show you how much I love you guys when you see this freaking mammoth index. Of course, how you set up your dungeons, that's in there. Finally, take a look at that index. It's even bigger than the last one. Everything that you could ever want to know is in there. So, and plus it's only 46 pages now, you're going to be able to find everything. So just, from the mercenaries, mercenary camp, tavern tasks, symbols on encounter cards, you can look under that. So I hope you like this. I don't know how many entries it is, but it's a ton. And that's a look at the revised rulebook. As I said, this has been forwarded to the manufacturer, and this is what, we put a lot of time in. And there was no rush job with this. We did it right for you guys. Okay, let's shoot back over here and wrap it up and talk about the new mode, Quest Challenges. Okay, and as we wrap up here, let us talk about this new game mode called Quest Challenges. How do I want to start this off? Well, it's a new game mode, and you're seeing this right. It has a playtime of 40 to 90 minutes. Of course, solo or co-op. And I put this graphic design together for the poster to try to give you an idea as we discuss this. From the outset of doing this game, I wanted to create Dungeon Crusade as like a tool set, for people to create your own quests and scenarios to play and to share with others. It took a long time to get to this point, but this is what this finally is. And like the tagline down here says, design, create, play, and share your own quests and scenarios. So let me tell you what I'm working on right now. Well, let's just start with this in general information. This summer, this is where my time's going to be, is working on like this rule set. I think it's only going to be like a page, like a back and a front. And like I was saying with the revised rulebook, I'll be using, of course, that page. You're going to be able just to download this and just like stick it in the back of your revised rulebook. That way, I'm like OCD about things matching, so I want everything to match for you guys. So you'll have everything. All you're going to have to do is, now this is just, I couldn't find the blank quest card. I was trying to get this video done for you, but I wrote 60 unique quests for the game. This mode is something I've wanted to do where it's going to, spark your creativity and your imagination and create quests and a scenario for the game. But let me explain. Let's go over here to the quest. This is, of course, one of the scenario pages. What's different about this is this new quest challenge mode, it's only going to use one quest table. Thus, that's why it's a 40 to 90 minute playtime. There's been so many people that said, hey, can we have a really quick mode, a quicker way? And who said, I think it was Justin from Board Game Losers. Hello, Justin. I hope you're doing good. But he said that this mode is perfect to show new players. Exactly. That's what this is. So let's just say, Justin, I'm going to pick on you. So Justin, what Justin can do is he can download, we'll have blank quest cards, which will be, this is like a side quest here. Of course, the title won't be here. All the, the story I wrote won't be here. It'll just be a blank quest card, and you'll download the back of it here. So it'll have the gem here for what level it is, a level 1, 2, or 3 quest. You're going to be able to fill in, how much gold you're going to give your heroes if they complete it, how much life force. But of course, everything else will be blank. So what this is say Justin's going to create a quest. And kind of like what I'm working on right now. The first one I'm working on takes, and this is what I love about it, it's almost like a very personalized experience with the certain heroes. So for example, I'm creating, the first one deals with Sir Brennus, but he's level 2. And he is accompanied by the level 1 versions of Enwyn Shadowleaf, the archer, and our rogue hero, Palum Ganamar. So it's kind of cool that we can get that personalized where it's like he's, like a higher level hero, and they're on this quest in the ancient ruins to recover the ruby stone ring. But the thing is, we could actually, like, I won't tell you who, a certain guardian has the key to get into the chambers that has the ruby stone ring. So they're going to have to defeat this high level guardian together to get the key to get into the chamber to recover the ruby stone ring. So hopefully you can see just from that, like, say you or Justin, you're going to be able to use specific heroes in your quest. Do you want to use 2 heroes? Do you want to use 3? Do you want to use 4 heroes? But going back to this, you're only going to, design a quest for a level 1 quest table, a level 2, or all the way up to level 3. So you can mix and match different, heroes and monsters. So I hope you see kind of where all this is going. Another thing is, for the quest I'm working on, since I should have pulled those heroes up here, I apologize. But, since it's level 2, Sir Brennus and a level, 2 level 1 heroes, I'm going to be mixing in level 1 champion monsters, level 2, and maybe a chance of some level 3 monsters showing up, but then, some empty chambers. So I guess it's better when I have like the demo to show you, but hopefully you can see where I'm going at. So let's just say this is going to be a level 2 quest table that I'm going to design. So like quest table 1 is going to be grayed out and quest table 3 is going to be grayed out. And maybe there's going to be some information there about, starting gold or, certain game parameters to set up. And then down here is going to have your seeding process still. But then I'm going to be circling certain numbers here, to challenge you guys. So let's say maybe in the bazaar for this scenario, these are like one-shot scenarios that'll have 2 quest cards, a main quest, a side quest, and a Kill the Guardians. So, maybe I'm going to say, okay, well, you're only going to use 7 healing potions, but you'll only have 6 elixir, 8 ultra juice, and only 5 torches. And I'm going to use white circles to say that's how I recommend to set this up. The blacksmith, he's only going to have 12 common items, white items, and maybe he'll only have 6 uncommon, so on and so forth. So I'll have white circles here. And over here for your village terror level, I'll circle certain things. And of course, you're going to be able to do the same. And so I hope this explains a little more about this quest challenges, and I hope that you like what I'm saying about it, and I hope above all it sparks your creativity and imagination to create and share stuff for Dungeon Crusade. And again, it's very nice to see a 40 to 90 minute playtime. Now if you go off the charts and you can create longer quests, but I'm going to stick in that framework of 40 to 90 minutes. So you're going to be using limited content for the game, and I'm just very excited to work on this, get the rules set out, and I'm going to create a few of them, probably like 2 or 3 of them, but then give you guys kind of the wheel and say, okay, let's see what you can do with this. And lastly, about this, there will be blank scenario pages that will have, maybe there's going to be 3 of them, so it'll have quest table 1, like active, so to speak, and then these 2 will be grayed out, and so on and so forth. Like quest table 2 will be active, these 2 will be grayed out, or blank, so you can maybe add in some things. And then of course you'll have quest cards to download that will have, whether for Castle Blackwood or Ancient Runes or the Cavern of Lost Souls. So that is what I'm going to be working on, once we wrap up everything. And I hope I said everything about where I'm going with this, or what I'd like to give you with this and what you could do with it. So just picture, you can pick certain heroes, mix levels of heroes together, create a story about it. The story I'm creating is Sir Brennus is kind of training these younger level 1 heroes, and they're going on this dangerous quest together to, try to recover this ruby stone ring from this certain guardian, and I'll leave that a surprise. And I think that is about it. I talked about that, and that the combat video we'll be doing, and we'll shoot back over to this and wrap it up. Guys, I hope that you enjoyed this update. I'm very excited. Thank the gods of Avalon. We are in full steam production. You can expect, posts, pictures, videos as I get them from the manufacturer. They are great about sending me stuff. So as soon as I get it, you will have it like hot off the press. Again, check the description for the Pledge Manager. Take a look at everything. Watch the video. And that's what I was going to... Did I tell you yet? I created a video on the legend of the Burning Ballroom. It's like a little 2-minute video. So take a look at that. I have the description. And I'm going to get back to work here. I hope everyone has a great day. If you have any questions, let me know. Thank you guys for everything. I love you. And I'll be seeing you very soon in the next video. Bye-bye.